Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Saturday, it is August 6th of 2022, and as always we have lots to talk about today. So first of all, I want to start with a couple of housekeeping items. So there are two things that I want to talk to you about. Now, yesterday in my video, I mentioned that I had come across a Holland America cruise that I was very interested in that sails in the Mediterranean, and then it goes and spends 3 days in Israel. It has an overnight there in Haifa for Tel Aviv, and then it goes on the next day to, after the 2 days there, it goes on to Ashdod, which is the port that is traditionally for Jerusalem. And so I was very excited about that. I thought it is very affordable for where you get to go and the time that they allow for you to be in Israel, which I think is fantastic. But in looking at our schedule and everything that is considered, I don't feel like we can do that in 2023. So we would really like, though, to plan on it hopefully in 2024. If 2024 doesn't work, I'm counting on 2025. But I just wanted to let you all know that. I appreciate so much. I was thrilled that some of you are as excited about going there as we are. I'm sorry it's not going to work for Gordon and I in 2023. If you want to go ahead and go, of course, you should go and tell us how it goes. But for us, we just feel like it'll work better for us if we wait. And so I apologize for that. I was just so excited about it, and I am still very excited about it. We just have things going on that we feel like we should wait. So we're going to wait, but we are looking for some other fun cruises later in 2023. Okay, just wanted to let you know that. So there's that, and then also, and if you want to still go on that cruise and you want me to book you and help you with it and everything, I would love to hear from you. Just send me an email and I will help you with that. I would be honored to do so. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about, here we go with another group cruise. So at the beginning of April of 2024, Princess is going to have a cruise that is the Mexican Riviera cruise, 10 days. It includes an overnight in Cabo San Lucas. It goes as far south as Manzanillo, and it is going to be in Mazatlan on the day that is the total solar eclipse. And if you have looked at a map, there's like that pathway where, you'll see some degree of the total solar eclipse otherwise, but there is that path that you are going to have a total solar eclipse. Mazatlan is in that path, and she'll be there that day. Do you guys want to do a group cruise to that? Would you tell me in the comments or send me an email? I'm really interested in that. So very interested in that. And like I said, you can look at a map and it will show you how that arch goes across the United States. And well, you can look at it for the whole world, but across the United States, it goes kind of up and over. And so there are other places that you can see it, but I just thought that would be really, really fun. And so let me know what you're thinking about that if you would. I also wanted to, let everybody know that we are going to do a group cruise to the Mediterranean in 2024. I am waiting for Princess to release their itineraries so that we can look at them and pick one and pick some dates. I even had the thought that we could do one at the end of September that goes there in the Mediterranean and then hooks and then maybe stay longer depending on when Holland America does their one with the Mediterranean and then over to Israel, or I think we have lots of options, but plan on a Mediterranean group cruise in 2024. So just kind of put it on your schedule, put it in your budget, and when all of those cruises are released, we will look at them and talk about it and go from there. But we'll go, definitely are going to do a group cruise to the Mediterranean in 2024. So kind of plan on that. Now, another quick note that I wanted to let you know about is I've had a couple of Let's Go family members mention that they have used the Luggage free service, and what it does is it picks like your packed luggage up at your house and then it meets you at the ship. And so, of course, there is a fee to that. I can't remember how much it is a bag. Just Google Luggage free. I want to say maybe $100. I don't know for sure. I've not looked at it for a while. But just look at that. It's a really amazing option. Another Let's Go family member. And I like the way that he put this. Richard said, he's like, Although it's expensive, I'm seriously considering shipping one piece of luggage instead of checking all of his luggage and be using that luggage-free service. I have already invested too much in a 21-day Mediterranean cruise to let it all be ruined by a lack of clothing. And to an extent, of course, you can go and try to buy clothing when you get somewhere, but at the same time, that is not the same thing as having your suitcase, all of your clothing that you like and knows fits well. And so I think that that is an excellent option. In fact, I can see Gordon and I doing that if we have like a cruise next year booked and they aren't solving this problem and I want to take a suitcase. I can see that happening because I think that sometimes like 3 weeks in the Mediterranean, that might be a time that I really want to do that. I'll let you know if we do, but I think that's an excellent idea, especially for those of you that don't want to do a carry-on. And I get that. I get that really very well. I get that. So just wanted to let you know that. Now, and then one other super fast thing, we're going to talk about Royal Caribbean, but I've had a couple of people ask lately if we only talk, if we talk about all the cruise lines or just about Princess. And you know what? It is really my goal to talk about all of the cruise lines. I am very much a Princess girl. I very much enjoy Princess. I very much enjoyed Holland America when I just went on that cruise, and I am anxious to try the other cruise lines, and I really think that I'm going to enjoy them very much as well. But I wanted to tell you all, I would love to hear from you who are booked on different cruise lines, the experiences you're having. I'm happy to track down information for you. So please join us. Please don't come and just see that maybe I don't talk about the cruise line that you're interested in quite as much. Come and join us and help us out and build this community. I think it will be even more amazing when we can cover more, when people share their onboard experiences and everything going on. So thank you all. Thank you to everyone who subscribes, who shares their information. It really enriches the whole experience for all of us. So thank you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe, because honestly, we need you here. And I think you're going to love being a part of this group as well. So I wanted to make sure that's clear. Now on to what is going on with Royal Caribbean. So you know, if you've been following along here, that last week we had Let's Go family members who said, hey, we've got people who are talking to Royal Caribbean and they're saying that you don't need a vaccine exemption anymore. And so we've heard that some. And then yesterday I called and the lady that I spoke with, the agent, said, oh, you need a vaccine exemption. Well, a couple of Let's Go family members have received actually their communication from Royal Caribbean, and Renee was so kind to send hers to me. And so let me tell you, and so when you apply for a vaccine exemption with Royal Caribbean or with Celebrity, you send your information, why you want the exemption, and all of your booking information to them in an email, and it's like vaxaccomadations at rccl.com, so RoyalCaribbeanCruiseLine.com. So you put that, you send that to them, and then you wait to hear back. And so here is her response from them, and I just love, she just forwarded me the email. It says, thank you for reaching out to Royal Caribbean / Celebrity Cruises Healthy Return to Service Accommodations team. We recently updated our healthy return to sailing protocols. As a result, on Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruise as U.S. sailings departing on or after August 8th of 2022 that do not call in ports in Canada or Bermuda, unvaccinated guests will no longer require a vaccine accommodation to sail. We will maintain a high percentage of fully vaccinated guests on board all our ships, far above the general population. Please note that unvaccinated guests are subject to additional testing requirements. Detailed information about the protocols that apply to your sailing will be provided prior to your scheduled departure. So I wanted to make you aware of that. It sounds like if you get yourself booked on Royal Caribbean or Celebrity, unless we have changes down the road, and of course things can change, but as of right now, you're not going to need that vaccine exemption if you're sailing Monday, August 8th or after. Now, you might think, how are they going to still be sure that they sail with, more people vaccinated than in the general population? When you book someone on a cruise, like I know that when I do it, I have to put in on some of the cruise lines, you have to put in if they're vaccinated or not. On when you book with Celebrity and Royal Caribbean, you have to indicate if they are vaccinated or not. And so I think that's how they are going to keep track of it. So that like if they get to a point that they're like, oh my goodness, we have like so many people who are unvaccinated and it's more than we want. And I'm not even suggesting that I know how many they think is okay because I don't. But I wonder if then they will make it so that you cannot book them on those cruises. And the same would be like if you're booking your own cruise, that if you go to do it and they say that you cannot book it, that might be why. So I would really like to hear from some of you who are doing that right now. So let us know how it goes. Let us know where you're sailing. And if you have gotten this communication as well, or just how things are going, it will really help all of us because it is such a different thing than we're used to. Ever since the restart, we are used to the fact that if you're not vaccinated, you need that exemption. So I think this is amazing if they're doing it this way. And so just let us know your experience. I'd really like to know. And as far as I know, this is the only cruise line doing this. And so it's really a big deal, Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. So definitely let us know. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you about for just a minute is I've had several requests lately for me to tell you a little bit about what the requirements are in Europe if you're going to sail from Europe. And then I'm going to tell you really some fun cruises that Princess has got scheduled coming up. And so you're going to want to know because they're doing some themed cruises. So first of all, we have talked about it for a long time, ever since the cruising restart happened this season over in Europe and the United Kingdom. They have had a lot of protocols in place that are the same as they are now. As we've been talking more about these different cruises requiring boosters that are going to Europe or occurring in Europe, for a bit there we were like, oh my goodness, are things changing? But I think things are staying the same. They're just notifying people of how they are. And so if you are going to go on a cruise in Europe, or the UK, by the way, you need to have a vaccine if it has been more than 9 months or 270 days. You have to have a booster if it has been more than 9 months or 270 days since you received that original vaccine. That is across the board. I am hearing that from all of the different cruise lines. And so be aware of that. And if it has been longer than 270 days or 9 months since you received your vaccine and you don't have that booster, you need to get an exemption, okay? So make sure that you do that. And just a reminder, like I said, when I talked about Royal Caribbean with not needing a vaccine exemption, that's only for sailings from the U.S. that are not going to Canada and Bermuda, okay? Their requirements in Europe are still the same. So you need to have that booster. They are allowing children who are 5 to 12 to sail without a vaccine. They just need to apply for an exemption. And then people who are ages 12 to 17 need to be vaccinated or else have that exemption, but they don't have to have a booster. So if they are vaccinated and it's been longer than 9 months, people between 12 and 18 don't have to worry about a booster. Okay, so that's how that works. The other thing that you've got to be very much aware of is if you are going to sail there, you have got to do your pre-cruise testing here. And let me tell you really fast. Basically, it's just within 3 days. Just remember, within 3 days. So if you're doing an antigen test, if you're vaccinated, whether or not you've got a booster, an exemption to go with that, the antigen test, 3 days. The PCR test, which is what is required for people who are not vaccinated, 3 days, within 3 days. And so if you are sailing on Saturday, that means that you can get tested. Think of it this way. So Saturday to Friday is a day, Friday to Thursday is a day, and Thursday to Wednesday is a day. Okay, so if you're sailing Saturday, you can get tested on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, okay, because it's Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday, and Friday to Saturday, how the 24-hour periods work. So just kind of keep that in mind, except for if you're sailing from Greece, and then you need to do it within 2 days, okay? So just keep that in mind. Greece has been that way the whole time, and Greece is the same as the others on that PCR, because a lot of times you're not going to get the results from a PCR test in 2 days. So Greece does allow the 3 days for the PCR test, but that antigen test is 2 days in Greece. So if you can't remember the difference, put 2 days in your head for your testing, okay? The final thing is a lot of people are asking, what happens if I get COVID? Am I going to be able to board? What do I need to have? So if you have COVID before you sail, it has to be within 90 days. Okay, so like if you had it 120 days ago, just do your COVID test and get on the ship. Okay, but if you have had COVID within 90 days and you want to go on the cruise, because sometimes people test positive for a long time, that's why they made this rule. So you have to have been asymptomatic for at least 10 days. It needs to at least be 10 days or later since you tested positive, okay? And then no longer ago than 90 days. What you have to do in order to board the ship, and this is me. If I was in that bucket, I'd just do a COVID test within that window of time. And if it was negative, you don't need to worry about it. But if it's positive, then you need to worry about it. So you just bring with you one of two things. You can bring with you paper or electronic copies of the positive viral test result from a certified lab. That's why I'm always telling you, if you've got a cruise scheduled and you test positive for COVID, go and get your test done at your Walgreens, at your CVS, at whatever pharmacy, or else do one of the ones that you have proctored, okay, so that you get those official test results, because you have to show those. If you don't have those, that's not going to work. So, and that's what they consider to be the documentation of recovery, is that certified positive test dated no more than 90 days ago, or a valid digital COVID-19 certificate, or a document issued by an official health or government authority showing confirmed previous infection. So that digital COVID-19 certificate is what they have in Europe. And I don't know if they have it in the United Kingdom or not, but I know that they do in Europe. So that applies to people who are sailing from there. But you can also have the official health or government authority showing your confirmed previous infection. So that would be like a letter from your doctor or a hospital saying that you tested positive and that's what happened. And then, so you take that with you, and then when you board the ship, you're going to have a screening by their medical personnel there, and if they are convinced that you are asymptomatic and you're all better, then you get to go on the cruise. So I hope that some of this helps. Okay, it's like now a lot of the rules that have existed earlier for sailing have gone away. Like if you're not vaccinated, you can get off the ship and then explore on your own. You can go on a princess excursion. You can go on a non-princess excursion. All of those requirements are gone. So if you are someone that was holding off on booking the cruise, any cruise, because you were worried about not being able to get off, you can go ahead and do that in Europe. There are still some places in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean area, that they're not going to let you off if you're not vaccinated. And so keep that in mind. Now we're going to talk for a minute, just because I think it's so incredibly fun, about some princess cruises. So they have announced that they are going to do some 80s themed cruises. I know that someone mentioned that they were booked on a cruise and then later found out that it was an 80s themed cruise, and so they switched to another cruise because they didn't want that. As a girl of the 80s, I kind of think it might be a little bit fun. So I thought I would tell you some of the things that, like I graduated from high school in the early 80s, and so that was my like college years, and when Gordon and I got married in the 80s, a lot of fun things happened in the 80s for us. But anyway, it says return to the decade of big hair and mall days on our 80s themed cruises this year. They'll be celebrating this totally awesome decade through trivia, blockbusters on Movies Under the Stars, on an 80s deck party, live music, and more, so don't miss out. And so those are the kind of things. I know some of you were wondering what they would do on those. It just sounds like it's fun trivia. You're going to have some music, maybe some movies from the 80s. And so the sailings, though, that are going to be this way is on... let me see here. So January 11th of 2023 on the Regal Princess, a 4-day Bahama private island getaway, a 4-day West Coast getaway with San Diego on the Discovery Princess, which will be February 16th of 2023, a 5-day Caribbean getaway with Cozumel on the Ruby Princess, that will be April 9th of 2023, and a 4-day West Coast getaway with San Diego on the Discovery Princess, April 22nd of 2023. And so it just sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. So if you're someone that would enjoy that, I just wanted to let you know when the cruises are if you wanted to book one. Then they are also going to have some comedy-themed cruises, and they actually are going to tell us when different comedians are going to be on these sailings. So they're going to have a 4-day West Coast getaway with San Diego on the Discovery Princess, and that's going to be November 10th of 2022. And Carlos Oscar, John Joseph, Adam Ferrara, and Improv at Sea will be on that sailing. They're going to have have a 4-day West Coast getaway with San Diego on the Discovery Princess also, December 17th of 2022. Carlos Oscar, Jeff Dye, Tom Cotter, and Improv at Sea will be on that sailing, and there's 2 more, so stick with me. A 5-day West Coast getaway with San Diego, Royal Princess, February 25th of 2023. John Joseph, Steve, Cauette, and Troy Thirdgill and Improv at Sea will be on that one. And then 1 more 5-day West Coast with San Diego on the Royal Princess, April 11th of 2023, and that will be Tom Cotter, Troy Thurgood, Carlos Oscar, and Improv at Sea. And I tell you all this because I know that we have several people that really particularly enjoy certain comedians, certain entertainment, so I just wanted to make you aware of that. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about that I'm thinking an awful lot about is Panama Canal. So you might know that on the Panama Canal there are 2 sets of locks now. There's the historic locks, which are the ones that they built historically, as they're named. Sometimes they're called the old locks, but those are the original locks. That's what they put in when they completed the Panama Canal over a century ago. So to me, it's remarkable. It's fabulous. That is what I want to see. And so the reason that I'm talking to you about this is in looking at a lot of the cruise lines, there are not very many that go through there anymore. In fact, I was looking, so Princess, the Island Princess is who they've got, the ship they've got going through right now. So for the 2023 upcoming 2022 into 2023 season, just to give you an idea, they are going to go through the new locks 38 times, transit those, and they are going to transit the historic locks only 5 times. And when we get so that we don't have ships small enough to go through those historic locks anymore, we're not going to be going through them. And so I'm not thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to get on that sailing tomorrow, but I do feel a little bit of a sense of urgency. I looked on some other cruise lines, and most of the cruise lines now have ships that are too big to go through there, or some of the smaller ones are very expensive and not in our budget. So the Norwegian, I think, has a ship that maybe does it. Is it the Jewel? I don't know. I was looking at it, but on those sailings, it'll list, but it doesn't say which locks they're doing on any of those sailings. And so I am back to where I was. And so I just wanted to make you aware of that. If you are someone that has always wanted to go to the Panama Canal and see those old locks, I don't think it's going to be available forever. And so I just wanted to let you know, and especially at prices that we would catch on Lake Norwegian or Princess. So I just wanted to let you know about that. If we decide to do that next year, we're canceling our cruise, like I mentioned, that was supposed to go to the Black Sea. That was the first couple of weeks of May. So we are canceling that because we don't belong in the Black Sea right now with what's going on with Russia. And so I'll let you know what we decide to pick up. We are going to pick up something next spring, and if you want to come, you can come. The last thing that I wanted to tell you about today is, and just a reminder, there is the sale that Princess has that only is going through August 15th that makes it so that you get up to 25% off of some select 2023 cruises, and also they're calling it Kids Sail Free. But be aware that it's just passengers 1 and 2 are the regular fare, but the passengers 3 and 4, even if they're older, sail for free. And so you, I don't know if that changes what you might like to do, but I wanted to make you aware of that, both if you've got kids you want to take, as well as if you've got someone a little bit older and y'all want to share a cabin and be in tight spaces and get to go for a little less. That's an option. And so I've got a list. I know what the cruises are that's allowed on, and it's kind of too long just to sit here and read them all to you, but I wanted to let you know that it includes a really big variety. We've got a Panama private island getaway, Caribbean getaway with Cozumel, we've got Western Caribbean with Mexico, Eastern Caribbean with St. Kitts, lots of different Western Caribbean and Eastern Caribbean ones. There are Panama Canal ones, Pacific Coastal, West Coast getaways, California, classic California coast, Cabo San Lucas getaways, Mexican Riviera ones, Hawaiian Islands ones, Canada and New England, classic Canada and New England, Greenland and Canada, Canada and New England. So I just wanted to let you know that there's really a wide variety there. So if you're looking to pick up a cruise and save some money with people that you'll be traveling with, whether it's children or older people, that's a great option. And so if you want to know about it, of course, you can send me an email. It's just letsgotraveltips@gmail.com or however, of course, you usually book. I just wanted you to be aware of these because sometimes you don't know a great opportunity is out there, and we don't want to miss anything that would be a great chance to go and save a little money along the way. So if you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And if you have any requests we've talked about group cruises a lot, and I am really trying hard to figure out our schedule, Gordon and I's, with everything we've got going on with our family, along with where we most want to go. And so if you've got any input, just put it in the comments below or send us an email. I'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have you come with us. If you're new around here, we've got 2 group cruises right now. We've got May 27th of 2023 on Holland America's Eurodom, round trip out of Seattle to Alaska, which is going to be fabulous. And then we do still have, of course, our Antarctic journey that starts on January 20th of 2024. And that's going to go from Chile, Santiago, around to Buenos Aires, Argentina. And you get 4 days, you guys, of cruising in Antarctica. So if you want any information on that, let us know. It is a ways away, so you've got time to decide what you want to do. But Gordon and I are already booked on both of those cruises, and we are so excited. And so I really appreciate all of you. If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. We don't get anything if you subscribe, but it really does help our channel because it helps YouTube know that people are enjoying what we put out, and it moves us up a little bit and offering our video to more people. So thank you. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.